and found my new favorite book a few weeks ago. I'm not gonna say the title because I've said it 8,000 times in the past month. Ever since I found my new favorite book, I've just been really having a hard time finding a lot of books to be enjoyable. So I am absolutely itching for a 5-star read. I just need to have that feeling of what my new favorite book gave me. We, as in me, need to find a 5-star book. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. I've already started reading for this video. I went and saw Heather, which if you're not following or watching Heather's videos, you need to. She's truly the best. But in my last vlog, I went to go visit her in Texas. We went to Barnes & Noble and I ended up picking up this book.
Ready or not, here I come.
That song probably shows my age. Every time I say this book or think about this book, I end up singing that song. But I have heard a little bit about this book. I think it's kind of becoming popular. It's a newer release and the cover is just absolutely stunning. I'm 100 pages in. I don't have too many first impressions yet because I really am just like starting it. But this book is an accidental pregnancy. The main character, Eve, has a one-night stand with a bartender, ends up getting pregnant, and the story is just kind of going from there. It is a romance book, but the romance is not with the guy that got her pregnant. It's actually with her best friend's brother that they've been friends ever since childhood. So it's childhood friends to lovers, best friend's brother. It's just, I can tell it's gonna be so cute. It is a little bit corny, but it is like a cute, witty romance. So of course, cheese is gonna come with that. It's raining. I want to just spend the day cooped up. I'm in like my cozy little outfit and I'm just ready to really get back into the swing of reading. I feel like sometimes it's really hard when you find a book that is life-changing and becomes your favorite, because then every other book after that is just like, you know? Oh my gosh. Wait, you have to look at what my dog looks like right now. What? Look at him. That's exactly what I'm about to go do with my dog. We're gonna read this book to start. Could be a 5-star read and maybe this video would just be like a quick little vlog, or I might get like 2 to 3 books into it. We'll just have to see, but we're starting with Ready or Not, a cute romance book, and hopefully this will hit the spot. This book is also really cute because it's split into the parts as her trimesters. So I just started the second trimester part. It's really cute. This one says, second trimester, tips on how to satisfy your man, and then parentheses, size cravings for French toast. Well, let's just say that the past 24 hours of my life, not even 24 hours, almost 12, have been crazy. I spent last night reading and then we went and had some pizza with our friends. I came back and I got all ready for bed. And then, as you can tell, I'm a flight attendant, which let me just go ahead and start stripping. And this month I am on call. And last night, once I got home, got in bed, got ready, I looked and I had a trip for today. So it was a really early sign-in, which I knew was gonna happen because I was on call from like 2 o'clock in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. So I knew I was probably gonna get a really early trip. So I went to bed early, stopped reading, you know, my sign-in was at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So I had to be up pretty early. And then in the middle of the night, at like 4 o'clock, I get a call and they're like, your sign-in has been changed to 11. So I was like, oh, a 4-hour delay? That's a big delay. I'm heading to work and I just feel in my soul, I'm like, this is gonna be one of those days. And lo and behold, I get to the airport and I sign in on time. I'm sitting there, talk to all my crew, they're lovely. And then 1:30 rolls around in the afternoon. So I've been sitting for, 2.5 hours. And then the flight gets delayed till the next morning. So I'm back home. I am picking up the rest of the trip tomorrow. I'm gonna have a long day, but I just go really early in the morning and then come back in the evening. That's been the last little bit of my life. I haven't given you a reading update. I was hoping to do so in Miami tonight because that's where I was supposed to be, but I'm back home now. I am 247% in, or 247%. Not my glizzy. I'm on page 247. I have about 130 pages left. And if I'm being honest, I wish I would have DNF this book. Do I want to say that? I feel like that's how I'm feeling. Sometimes I have a really hard time DNFing books when I'm over the 100 page mark and they're less than 400 pages. I'm so far in, I shouldn't stop. And so I wanted to give this book a chance because so many people love it. I'm not obsessed with it. It's a little bit too corny. The main character is very, very funny and I found myself laughing a lot, which I love to do in a romance book. I feel like I don't do that often enough. It's okay. It's an okay book. I have heard that the audiobook is out of this world for this book. So I feel like maybe for the last 100 pages, I will listen while I read and maybe that will help me get through or make me really like the book a little bit more. I'm gonna change and then really just hang out and try to get through this book. That sounds absolutely horrible, but
this is my office. This is where I do most of my work. These are my speakers and my computer, my stuff. Pizza?
What?
Please?
No!
Why? Just one bite?
No!
You didn't even finish that.
I just finished up chapter 20 and I am about to listen to the audiobook. Hi. On the surround sound on the husband 6 setup. What if I hit play and it's on a sex scene?
It would sound really good. Sound high quality.
Hi, sorry, I just was out for a run and he ran to my house.
His girlfriend is so
boy,
toxic.
that's
Oh my gosh. I just finished Ready or Not. I listened to the last 130 pages of this on audiobook for free on Spotify. I feel like I can't really give you my 2 cents about the audiobook because I literally don't think I've ever once in my life listened to something on audiobook. I should have just seen up this book. I don't even know what I'm gonna rate this book. I think I'm gonna rate this book 2 stars. The main male character in this book, Shep, is getting 2 stars. He literally went and bought a bike with a baby seat on the back. And they hadn't even kissed or told each other how they felt about each other. He was just always there for her. He's been their whole life because they were childhood friends. And he's just the sweetest little cinnamon roll of a man. He was what I was invested in the story. But even their relationship and their love didn't really happen until an 85-90% into the book. So this was really hard for me to read and really not my favorite book. Also a really bad way to start this video off, trying to find a 5-star read. On to the next book. I am in dire need of a thriller. I saw a TikTok about this book. It's called No One Saw a Thing. I saw it a year and a half ago, but it was only published in the UK. And so every time when I go to London on a layover as a flight attendant, I go and I try to find this book and it's never ever there. And then one day I went into Waterstones in London and they had it. So I am going to start this book. I just need a book that is gonna make me want to start and finish it in the day. Just give me that feeling that a good book gives you. Usually thrillers do that for me, so I am going to start with this one. Let's start No One Saw a Thing. Your ball is stuck in my sweater. Just had to give you guys a little dose of Howdy. He's the cutest dog I've ever seen. It is the next day. I am home from my very long day of flying. That was all day yesterday. Of course, I read so much yesterday, but I ended up making it almost halfway through. I'm on chapter 29 right now. So far, I am really liking this book. The main plot of it is that the main character, Siv, she is a mom of 3. Her and her husband, Aaron, that usually live in Dublin, they go to London for a holiday. Aaron meets up with his friends every single year there, and so they're there for that. Siv and her 3 kids head to the Tube, which the Tube is just the train system. But Siv and her 3 kids head to the Tube. Siv has a newborn, so she's pushing a stroller, and the 2 girls who are 6 and 2 end up on the train, and Siv ends up off of it. So the train pulls away. Of course, she's freaking out, which, can you imagine? I'm not a mom, but I can't imagine being a mom and my kids get on the train and I don't. I don't even know what I would do. Insane concept, right? So as all of this is happening, Siv is of course on her way to the next station. At the next station, they're like, okay, somebody radioed in, we have them, just breathe, it's fine. And then somebody returns just 1 child. So the oldest child is still missing, and that's pretty much the main concept of this book. We're just trying to figure out what happened. Where I'm at right now, it's been 6 hours and they still don't have the older girl yet. You're going back and forth of trying to find the kid, but then also really weird things that could be why the kid is missing. Maybe it just wasn't somebody random that took her on the train, you know what I mean? So far I'm really liking it. I also love London so much. I love the Tube in London, so it's very fun for me to read about London in books, especially this one. So it'll be fun when I get to go back, probably on a layover the next time I'm there. When I'm on the Tube, I'm sure I'll be thinking about this book for better or worse. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it. I'm flying through it. It's definitely one of those thrillers that you're not trying to guess who did it, but you kind of are, because so many weird, unreliable people get introduced, you know what I mean? And you're like, who the heck did this? So I'm very determined to finish it because I have to know what happens. So that's really what I'm gonna be doing today, is probably finishing this book. And then I am about to go head to downtown Culver City, which is one of my favorite places in Los Angeles. It is the farmer's market today. And I'm gonna go to, I think just 1 bookstore, maybe 2, but Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, I believe, came out today. So I'm gonna go try to get my hands on that. There's a romance-only bookstore there, and I'm pretty sure they'll probably have it. But I wanna go check out a newer library location, so we're gonna go do that today. But yeah, I'm just gonna go run those errands, bring my book with me, maybe sit somewhere and read, and just enjoy the day. I am very excited to have a day off. I'm excited to go read and do some bookish things. I have been itching to go to the library and also use my library card. I got it, and besides for Libby, I haven't used it in person, but I figured out how to do it today. So hopefully there will be some more library content coming very soon, since your 30-year-old grandma decided to learn how to use her library card. Okay, so I got my nails done. I don't know if you really can see them, but they're like the cat eye kind of nails, which I've never gotten. So they look like velvet nails. They take a little magnet and make the polish. I don't even know what it does, but they're absolutely stunning. They're like a purpley, bluey. I wanted to do something kind of, I don't know, along the lines of like green, purple, or blue because March is spring. So I got these. They're so pretty. I'll have to show you in the light. But I'm gonna go home and finish my book and just have a cute day. I know I put like artsy music over my clips, but this is what it actually sounds like. So I just finished No One Saw a Thing. I really liked the concept of this book, like the train doors closing with your kids on the other side and like basically a wild chase to find them. Like I've never heard of a book, especially a thriller, that is kind of like that, and that's really what intrigued me, but I didn't love the way it was done. I think there were a lot of characters in this book. It kind of was all over the place, but I think I'm going to rate this one 3 stars. I don't think I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to think about this book when I put it up on my shelf. So I think that's why I'm not giving it like higher than a 3. And now we have the grave task of picking out my next book. I am currently deciding between 2 books to read next. I'll talk about this one. We went and bought it yesterday, Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. It is a cowboy romance. It is the 2nd book in her series. Her first book was Done and Dusted. Done and Dusted was just a very short, cute, sweet, yeehaw, perfect kind of read. I really, really want to read it, but I'm a little bit hesitant to read it next because I have just heard some mixed reviews about it. Okay, so this is option 1. And then option 2 is definitely a bigger, chunkier book. This is the 2nd book in a series. The first book is Beartown. We read it for my book club here in Los Angeles in January, and I actually read it a few years ago, so I read Beartown twice. And then I loved the first book so much, I rated it a 4.5 stars, and I really want to continue this series. There were definitely some heavier topics in the first book, so check trigger warnings, but this book is about this small town called Beartown, and it is really this old, like rundown, kind of dying town. The only thing that the town has to offer is its hockey team. And the first book was just about these kids on the team, the coaches, how hockey affected their lives as growing men, and relationships and parents, and just so many other beautiful, beautiful things. It is such a good book, and like I said, I want to continue this series, and I have really high hopes that I'm going to love the 2nd one. So I feel like I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards this over Swift and Saddled. I think as I'm talking and like comprehending everything I'm saying, I think my little gut is telling me to read this one. So I think my 3rd book for this video is going to be Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. I am going to be annotating. I got already a long time ago, I picked out my colors for my little tabs. Very, very cute, matches absolutely perfectly. So I am going to start this hangout. It's still raining and it's just really gross outside, so I can't think of a better way to spend my afternoon. Because sometimes hating one another is so easy that it seems incomprehensible that we ever do anything else. That was in the first paragraph of chapter 1. Good morning. It's the next morning. As you guys know, I am on call this month as a flight attendant, and last night I got called for a really easy trip. It's just one flight to New York, a short layover, and then one flight home. So today I am about to head to work. I only read a little bit of the book I started yesterday. I think I got 3 chapters in before some friends came over. And then tomorrow night I have some friends coming into town. So I really have to stay focused and make sure I'm reading if I don't finish by tomorrow night. If this book is not 5 stars, I'm gonna have to really make sure that I'm on top of things reading, because you guys know if you're out of town or you're hosting people, that's really kind of all that you do. So I'm hopeful that I can continue this video if this book is not 5 stars, but we're just gonna have to see. For now, I am gonna go to work and I will see you guys in a little bit. Look at how cute my little room is. It is 8:30 right now, and my hotel van in the morning is at 9:30 for a really short layover, and I'm just gonna hang out in the room and read the night away. Do you ever just have one of those days where you go number 2 5 times and you're like, am I okay? What is wrong with me? That's me today. Even though it's only been a minute for you, last time you saw me, I was in New York and reading Us Against You. It has been quite a few days since the last time we chatted. I think I've mentioned so far in this video that I had some friends coming into town to visit us in LA. If I didn't mention it, well, surprise, they are here. And so I got home the afternoon that they were getting in, so I immediately went into hosting mode. So I've just been really busy running around and eating out too much and doing all of the Los Angeles things with my friend Bridget and her boyfriend Ava. I am on page 170. I think halfway is 215. In a little bit, my husband is gonna take Ava to this car museum, which I have absolutely no desire to go into. I am going to go sit at the cafe at the museum and read for a bit. It looks really cute, but I'm feeling really, really good about this book so far. I've been annotating and just laughing, and it's the best. So I'm very hopeful that this is gonna be my 5-star book, but I have to read it in order to find out. So that's exactly what we're gonna do today. I want to cry at least 4 times every chapter because of little moments like this. Let me read it to you. I hope I do it justice. So it's this moment between a father whose name's Peter and his son Leo. Leo used to drive him crazy, asking him to go play in the driveway. Dad, can you move the car? Dad, can we play? Peter would be sitting with the remote in his hand, watching a recording of a game or struggling with a stack of files and a pocket calculator, working on the budget, and would reply, you need to do your homework first. After his homework was done, it was too late. Tomorrow, the father would promise. Ugh, okay, the son would reply. Men are busy, but boys don't stop growing. Sons want their father's attention until the precise moment when fathers want their sons. Oh! Peter knocks on Leo's door now, and the 12-year-old replies without opening it. I moved the car out of the driveway, the father says hopefully. Oh, yes, I thought maybe you might like a game. He's clutching the tennis ball so hard that the sweat from his hands is leaving marks in the green fabric covering. Leo's reply is merciless. I have to do my homework, Dad. Tomorrow, maybe. Men are busy, but boys do not stop growing. Sons want their father's attention until the precise moment when the fathers want their sons. Ugh. I don't know if it's a bad idea or a good idea, but I have the biggest urge to go read at a coffee shop and just have like a cute little wholesome moment with myself. But I don't know if it's a bad idea because I have 100 pages left and I just have a feeling that this book is gonna rip my soul in half. So my plan is to go read at a coffee shop, but I am not emotionally prepared to sob at the coffee shop. So if I start feeling my tear glands, open up, I may just close this and finish it at home. But I am on the home stretch in this book. It is so special, and I am never, ever, ever going to get over the way that I love these characters. I don't have enough words. I don't have enough words to describe the way that I'm emotionally invested in these fake but real people. I had to leave. I'm gonna cry even talking about it. This book, I had to stop. I have never stopped something so fast. I am never gonna get over this series. There's one more book left and I'm 1010% gonna read it. I know for a fact this book is gonna be 5 stars unless the last 50 pages I don't even know what could happen. I don't have enough words. I'm gonna go home and cry and read this book. That's my only plans. I'm smiling now, but I'm about to read again, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be smiling, but here goes nothing. This book. What a story. I'm not ready for this to end. Pull it together. No. 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 Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Did I finish the book? Or did the book finish me? Well. If it's not the consequences of my own actions. I obviously had to put my hockey jersey on because I have a new personality trait. I don't want to start crying. I just did my makeup. I will say before I say anything about this book, please check the trigger warnings 1010,000,000%. The first book, especially the second book, I'm not sure about the last book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm assuming they're going to keep talking about the same kind of things. So check the trigger warnings 1,000,000%. I want to say that this book is about hockey, but literally there was 2 hockey games in this book. It's not like they describe it, like the moves or anything. There's maybe 3 pages total about the score and maybe 2 big passes or specific players. It's about hockey, but it genuinely is not. It's about this small town called Beartown that literally revolves around hockey. It's what keeps the town afloat. It's what keeps so many relationships alive. And you just really get to know all of the people in the town. You get to know the bar owner who you fall in love with. You get to know the general manager of the hockey team that really makes you upset a lot of times. But in this book, towards the end, I almost wanted to pass away with his character arc. Just a typical like father that doesn't know how to communicate and is way too involved in work. You get to know so many amazing boys that play on this team. Like, I can't talk about it because I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm a mother. I am a mom of at least 4. My children's names are Benji, Amat, Bobo, and Alicia. Those are my children. I am a mom now of 4. Actually 5 because I have to count my dog. Like, these human beings are my children. I want to literally put them in my pocket and protect them with my entire life. I would do anything for them. And I genuinely, like, if you were to hook me up to a lie detector test and they were to ask me, are these people real? I would say, literally, yeah, they're real. There's no way that they're fictional, made up children. And the lie detector test would come back and he would say, she's not lying. Like, that is just how I feel about the characters in this book. It does get a little bit run-on-y. There are a lot of politics. The beginning is like, okay, like, I get it. But then when it just happens, this book had me throwing up, had me so anxious, it had me so depressed, it had me literally sobbing my eyes out. Like, I was filming a little bit, but y'all, when I stopped this book, I was hyperventilating, sobbing. And don't let that scare you. Like, it was really like wholesome tears, but also of course really sad tears as well. Obviously I rated this book 5 stars. Like, this is an infinity star, 6-star book for me. I don't know how it can get better than this, but people in my comments when I posted literally a crying TikTok, they were like, just wait for the last book. And I was like, what do you mean just wait for the last book? Like, what does that mean, wait for the last book? So I'm a little bit nervous for what that book is going to entail, but I think I'm ready. This is the book that I've been searching for, yearning for, hoping for. Just a book that will stick with you forever. I cannot believe that we live in a world where books can do that to us. And this book, 1010%, is that for me. No words. I found my 5-star read.